So mabuhay everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel, and today we have another unboxing. Right in front of me is the Adidas Hill Zero, the Hibachi one. So guys, they named this the Agent Hill Restomod instead of the Hibachi one or Agent Zero one. I forgot what it's called before, and I just remember that when I was young, I really wanted to have this pair, but I couldn't afford it. Right now, that's why I'm kind of excited in having this pair with me, but it's a modified. So a little background about the Restomod name on Adidas. It's written here, if you can see it in the camera. So Restomod means it's a term used in the cars where they restore and modify. So that's resto and modify. So that's the term they use here in their Adidas sneaker. And this is not the first one that they did the Restomod. If you have watched my other videos, they did in the T-Mac 1, 2, and right now it's the Hill Zero. I don't know if there's another one. Oh, sorry, the D-Rose. The D-Rose one, they also Restomod. So if you don't know who Agent Hill is, he is Gilbert Arenas from the Washington Wizards, and he started with the Golden State Warriors. He became famous, and his other nickname is Agent Zero. It's not actually Agent Hill. Agent Zero, which means he is like an assassin because he plays like an assassin on court. Because I think on his first 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, or first year, he wasn't used by the coach, but after given a chance to play, he was really tearing apart the opponent. He was scoring, I think there was a 3-game streak of scoring 60 points. I forgot, and there was one game that he and Kobe was trading basket. There was one game that they both exploded, and the other players are just letting them play and having their one-on-one in the court, and it was a pretty exciting game. So that's how lethal Gilbert Arenas was before the injury on his knee and before the incident where there was a gun involved that he was banned in the NBA. Then afterwards, he wasn't the same anymore because he hadn't played in the NBA for 1 year. Then, of course, with the banged knee, he wasn't the same. But during his high times, man, he was a killer. And if you watch Steph Curry doing the three-point shot and turning around, he did that already. And especially he did that in one game where it was crucial. I think the score was tied, and he hit that at the buzzer, and he turned around and raised his hand, and it went in, and they won that game. So that's how confident Gilbert Arenas was. He was a point guard, but he's mostly a shooting or a scoring point guard. I think the start of the hybrid of the non-exclusive positioning, like if you're a point guard, you just bring down the ball and pass it to your teammates and make the plays. And he and Iverson were the hybrid guards that they are placed in the point, but they're actually scoring guards. So that's a little background on Gilbert Arenas. So let's go back to the shoe. Let's start off first with the upper of the Agent Hill Restomod. It has this mesh upper, but what's nice about this is the texture is like quilted. It has this pattern here that has like a square pattern in it. Goes from the forefoot to the heel part of the sneaker, and at the back is a suede like or nubuck material. And what's nice about this is it's made out of premium leather. The red part of the sneaker are made out of this very soft leather, and even the tongue has that leather, and the tongue is soft. And as for the upper, since it has leather and mesh combination plus this patent leather around the midfoot that also acts as strap, and it kind of hugs or pulls your foot down to the footbed. So when I was testing it in the store, it felt good. I was doing lateral moves on the store, and it was quite holding up, and I hope that it also performs that way too in the court. It has a typical tongue, typical lacing system that you can easily adjust your sneaker, and this is a low-cut sneaker, and I think this is one of the first or earliest low-cut basketball sneaker that came out in the market, or maybe the first player on his first signature that features a low-cut sneaker. And here at the back is Hibachi. So he always shouts Hibachi. I watched a video about that he didn't know where it came from, but actually I researched Hibachi. It's actually a Japanese cookery. So it's like a pot, so it becomes hot. So maybe that's where he heard it, that when you're hot, when you're shooting the lights off, you're hot in the court. So that's a hibachi. So it has a stitching here of hibachi. It's not just printed, which is a nice touch. It means they put a little bit more effort to it. And even the Adidas logo at the back is also stitched. And there's Adidas logos here on the buckle of the straps. So at the heel part, there's a 4Motion text here, which means it's a line in Adidas, and I don't think it's the name of the cushion. But as for the carrying cushion of the sneaker, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's bounce. It has no markings of bounce cushion, but what it says in the tech specs is it has a boost midsole, which I think it's inside. It's carried by this foam. I actually just saw the boost at the heel because it has holes in here. So you can see the boost inside here in the heel. You can feel the boost there. And there's a plate in the midfoot. So that's for torsion support. But on the forefoot, I think there's still some boost there, but it doesn't have holes, so I cannot see if that's exactly boost. But it says boost midsole, but it doesn't say just in the heel. So I think that there's also some boost in the forefoot. But when I was trying it out in the store, I couldn't feel the boost that much in the forefoot. So let's wait and see when I break this in. But on the heel, when I was pressing it, I could feel the boost. So I believe the boost on the heel is a little bit thicker compared to the boost in the forefoot. So let's wait and see in that aspect. But let's go back to the heel again. It's a low-cut sneaker. When I was trying it out in store, the containment seems pretty nice. It has enough padding on the heel, not that big, not the padding that you can see on the Hardens, but it's ample. Wouldn't have any heel slippage as of now, but I'll let you know in the performance review. And now moving on to the outsole of the Agent heel, you can see these pods. These are some innovations of Adidas before, and you can also see this in some D-Rose models, and I believe in the Dwight Howard, when he was signed with Adidas, he actually had a couple of signature shoes. I don't remember how many, but he has the DH1, I think, and he has these pods too. And this one gives you some range of motion when you're stepping laterally or around the medial part of your foot. So this kind of moves a bit. So it kind of goes with the flow of your foot, which is nice. And there's an extra plate here for stability too, and that kind of holds these pods. And as for the traction, it has this very hard rubber, but it's kind of pliable. But the rubber is thick and it's pliable. So I think this will be okay for outdoor use. As for the traction, but let's wait and see for the cushion if it will be better when I broke this in already. I'll let you know, I'll give you an update on that. Another thing that I like about the Agent heel is this huge lateral outrigger that kind of reminds me of the BYW X2 that I have. It has the same shape that is really huge. It's from the midfoot going to the forefoot part of the lateral side of the shoe. It feels very stable, so I think this will be a very stable sneaker. Plus the width on the forefoot is really wide, even on the heel. Another thing is the weight. So that's why I think it's just a small boost inside, maybe just a forefoot and heel boost, because on a full slab of boost, it will become a little bit heavy. But this one seems to be very light compared to my other Boost basketball sneaker. So I believe it's not a whole slab of Boost inside. But correct me if I'm wrong, if maybe someone already cut this open I don't know if there's a boost around the midfoot part of the sticker. So if anyone knows that, let me know. As for the price of the Agent Hill Restomod, it is 7,000 pesos or around 140 US dollars. So around the okay price, but let's wait and see on the performance. And as for the sizing, I went half a size down. This is an Adidas sneaker, 10.5 for me. I'm usually 11 on Nike. And this one is 10.5, but on the Harden Volume 6, I went US 10, so this one is 10.5. So hope you don't get confused, and if you can, of course, try it out in store first. So this, I got it over at Glorieta here in Makati City in the Philippines. And I believe it's also available online. You can order it online if you're in the provinces. And in most part of the world, I'm not too sure if it's available already. I believe it's available in the US already. So if you are a fan of Gilbert Arenas, and if you are in the same generation like me, you would know him. And of course, this is a retro. I think it's a must try because of the improved tech, because of the upper is really quality. I think it's a must try. So that's it for me for my unboxing. Let me know what you think about the Agent Hill Restomod. Hit me a comment down below. This has been MARKCHES once again. Thank you for dropping by the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.